See, now the gentleman across from me, he's got the eyes like Frank Sinatra. He got eyes like Frank Sinatra. When the first thing I met him, I went, now being Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra's my hero, yeah, like my dad, and my pop had the same kind of eyes. So we called him and renamed him Jimmy Blue Eyes. But you're such a, I gotta admit, James Gonzalez, you're a distinguished individual, has done so much for this, giving back to people. And like I've never seen with your beautiful staff here at the Broadway House. So do they still say, hey, Jimmy Blue Eyes now?
Some do. My wife doesn't call me that. She calls me a lot of other things.
Or your staff has due respect, sir. May I address you with the Piscopo nickname, James, God bless you for what you're doing, man. I tell you what, you're a good guy. I know you. We've gotten to know each other a little bit. And there's a soft part of my body, a sweet spot that wants to help others. Leading, I always give credit to the man that enlightened me, Mr. Raymond Chambers, and so many great folks, Sal Divino, Larry Paragano, you remember Vic Ritchell. These are great men in my life who have enlightened me to give back to others. You lead the way. You blaze the path here at Broadway House. Tell us about the Broadway House for continuing.
Well, Joe, it's great to have you back and the entire team from 970 because we appreciate your kind words for this great organization. And it's hard to believe that the end of the year is coming forward, and we're very grateful for. I'm very grateful for the terrific staff that we have here, caring for the folks that we care for, and with great compassion and dignity. And so we focus on moving forward to 2022. And unfortunately, yesterday we had a statewide call with the State Health Commissioner, Judy Persicelli, and we're tracking. She's tracking the COVID-19 infections throughout the nursing homes, and unfortunately, although we are focused on vaccinating, our entire team here, and thank God we've got our staff members fully vaccinated with our residents. But across the state, the primary vaccines are waning in terms of their efficacy. And so the push now is to get everyone boosted. And I think today she's putting out a great effort based at University Hospital today to encourage everyone, because clearly there's an outbreak in many nursing homes of COVID right now, of COVID-19. And so we're going to be focusing on that very, very carefully.
Is it this Omicron, or is it just regular COVID?
There are very few cases of Omicron in the state of New Jersey at this point in time, but continuing is the Delta, and continuing is, there's some breakthrough cases of folks that have been vaccinated, even one or two have been boosted, and they're still coming forward. So we have to remain diligent and make sure that the safety of our residents is always paramount.
Yeah, you've done great. I don't know how you do it, because we were here and I walked through. So just so you know, as you listen, James Gonzalez, CEO and president of Broadway House for Continuing Care. We're in a multi-purpose room here, is where we're broadcasting from, and this is architecturally one of the prettiest, beautiful buildings that you will ever see. It was the high school, you said.
Well, originally it was the corporate headquarters of the Mutual Benefit Life Insurance Company.
Oh, look, that's right.
In 1921.
Wow, man.
And then in the 50s they moved down to the Broad Street.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is now the IDT building.
Yeah, which is still great. Yeah, it's still good.
That's right. Then the Archdiocese of Newark purchased the building, and it made it the Essex Catholic Boys High School.
Yeah.
For decades.
Shout out to my friend
And
Anthony
then,
Pope.
unfortunately, after the 1967 riots, their census started decreasing. A lot of families, chose not to have their sons come here. And then after that, in the late 70s, early 80s, it was purchased by a real estate company and converted to healthcare.
I have to take a picture. I go out and I see the beautiful architecture in the ceilings. It's like nothing else. On our building in downtown, we were talking to Frankie V.
And it was all Italian craftsmen.
Hello, thank you, Mr. Gonzalez, for saying that, because we appreciate it. By the way, in Newark as well, thank you for remembering that, because as a child I remember, not a child, I was in high school when the Newark riots went down. And we just thought that was the end of it. We thought, well, oh my gosh, the hometown where my grandparents came. We all went up to Bloomfield Avenue, and yet we saw Newark burning down. Yet they have recovered in such a fashion in this city. And the Broadway House for Continuing Care leads the way. You are here and you stay here. And I've talked about it over and over again. And as you listen to Joe on the radio, and again, it's not, as everybody in my business, they always do something for someone, for like publicity, whatever. I was enlightened by men and women who work so hard in this city particularly, which enlightened me to give to all other at-risk communities around the country. Tell us about HIV/AIDS, for example. Oh, that's still a problem? It is still a problem, correct?
It still is a problem. Clearly, the medications and the treatments have advanced so that many of our residents here are living longer, But they also have some medical complex issues that we have to address at the same time. So my terrific staff here work on your drug addiction issues, their behavioral health issues, and in terms of prolonging their lives as long as they can live and making them safe and secure and hopefully get them back into the community again.
And a lot of these folks aren't able to go anywhere else. You take them in at Broadway House.
Some will stay here for a few weeks, but some have been here for years.
Wow.
Yes.
God bless you. And the staff is spectacular. And see the French toast. I get the best French toast when I come here and see, So, you know what, James, I have to tell you, I'm just in awe of folks like yourself who actually, lead the path, blaze the path.
Well, thank you for that, Joe. And I just want to say one last thing, that the world is kind of upside down right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It seems like there's dark forces, surrounding us and everywhere we're moving from. So behind you is a bag. If you want to reach for that bag or something, pull that out.
Yeah, sure. A red and green bag.
All right,
Very.
okay, so
Thank you, Al. Very Christmassy. Should I open this up?
Yeah, open the little box in there. Okay, pull that out.
Yeah, wait.
You're gonna find the answer there.
It's Baby Yoda. Is that right? Yeah, go ahead.
But there's a special Baby Yoda. May the force be with you, Joe, and the rest of us. Merry Christmas.
This is great, thank you.
And we have one for all the team members on in front of you.
Oh, I love this. This is the hottest Christmas gift of all. We have to guard this with our lives, All right, you're right. Hey, so we thank you, James, thank you. And to everybody, the girls at the Broadway House for Continuing Care, thank you. And we'll take a look around and say hi to everybody. But God bless you for doing God's will.
Thank you so much for coming.
We are honored. We are honored to be here. Frankie Volpe, thank you for bringing us here. It's just all that we are about as human beings. And it's emanating today from the hometown of Mom and Dad and my grandparents. When they came from Italy, couldn't speak a word of English. Where did they come? Newark, New Jersey, baby. That's right. And here we are at the Broadway House for Continuing Care.